Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam everyone. We are starting the Chamaka Prashna today. This is the second part of Rudram, which is chanted along with the Namakam. I will just read Chamaka Prashna. Chamaka Prashnaha. Chamaka Prashnaha. Chamaka Prashnaha. So Chamaka Prashnaha is the Saptama Prashnaha. Seventh Prashna or Saptama Prapatakaha, which is also another word for chapter. So it's a seventh chapter of the Chaturtha Kanda. So fourth canto. Okay, Chaturtha means fourth canto of the Samhita section. Samhita section of the Taittiriya branch, which is also called Taittiriya Shaka of Krishna Yajurveda. I don't know whether you all remember the Namakam, which we have already studied, happens to be the fifth Prapataka or fifth Prashna. So it's the fifth chapter of the same Kanda of Krishna Yajurveda. I think I've already mentioned in Krishna Yajurveda, one of the shakas or branches is Taittiriya Shaka, which is the most prevalent and which has remained, survived. And as we had mentioned, the Vedas consist of 4 sections: Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyakas, and Upanishads. The Samhitas are mantras which praise or worship, which are used for praising and worshipping various Vedic deities. So in the Samhita section, there are many kandas, and one of the kandas is in the Taittiriya Shaka or Taittiriya Samhita. So in the fourth kanda, fourth canto, this is the 7th chapter. It is given the name Chamaka because of 2 words which keep repeating in all the Anuvakas, which are cha and me. Cha, me. Cha means also or and. Me is the 4th vibhakti or the 4th noun form of aham. Me is not very common in the classical languages, but in the Vedic language, it is prevalent. Me has multiple usage. Me can be mine also, or to me. So it is always taken as to me or for me, which is the 4th vibhakti. Like before we looked at Rudraya is the 4th vibhakti. So same way, me means to me. Okay. So that's the meaning. I thought because before we start off on the Chamakam proper, I thought we should understand why this Chamakam or Chame, how to interpret it. So I thought I will get some excerpts from Swami's discourses Let's take a look at them. Another important feature of Rudram is the ekatva, oneness between the two parts, namely Namaka and Chamaka. The Namaka emphasizes the aspect of detachment, whereas Chamaka stresses the aspect of desire. But the essence of both aspects is one. What is to be discarded and what is to be desired? The evil is to be discarded and good to be desired. Both are essential. Whereas Namaka lays stress on virakti, detachment, the Chamaka speaks of desires for this and that. People generally think that giving up family life, house, land, and other forms of wealth as tyaga, sacrifice, but that is not a sacrifice at all. This can be done easily. What is required is sacrificing the resultant desires. That is the real sacrifice. So as you can see, all of us in this world desire or seek something in this world. That is part and parcel of our existence. So Swami says, Chamakam is that those desires have to be offered, or the fruits of desires have to be offered into the fire of the yajna. So as we can see, even though we have desires, transmuting them or sublimating them by offering to the Lord, we overcome desires. So that is the essence of Chamakam. I have a few more excerpts. So this, the one which we read is Swami's discourse from 2006 when Atirudram was performed in Prashantinilaya. Atirudraya Mahayajna was performed. I have another excerpt. For me, to me, this is animal desire. From me, by me, this offering is a sign of the divine nature in man. Share then the sense of oneness gets established. Share, then the sense of oneness gets established. You lose all fear and shed all envy and grow greatly in love. So what Swami says is, even whatever we desire and receive should be shared. So this Chamaka Prashna and the Yajna which is performed along with Chamaka Prashna actually teaches us the need to share what we have. Everything which God has gifted us are for sharing. Okay, so that also Swami is highlighting here. This is a longer excerpt. The previous excerpt is actually from 24th November 1972. Okay, so I will, this is a longer excerpt when Swami spoke about Ramayana during our summer course. So I hope you will bear with me. On Rama's return to Ayodhya, after finishing his 14 years of exile in the forests, Kaikeyi, who felt penitent about this grievous wrong she had done to Rama, approached him when he was alone and prayed, "My dear Rama, even though I knew about your divine nature, I caused you a lot of unnecessary hardship. Blinded by a narrow feeling of I and mine, kindly give me some upadesh, spiritual instruction, so that I may be absolved of the heinous sin I have committed against such a noble person like yourself." In response to her request, Rama did not give her Upadesh directly but gave her some hints indirectly. This is the characteristic of all avatars from time immemorial. Avatars seldom give advice directly. Whatever they wish to communicate, they convey more often by way of indirect suggestions and only rarely by the direct method of instruction. The reason for this is there is divinity inherent in every human being, which he can manifest spontaneously if favorable conditions are provided. Just as a viable seed will germinate and grow into a tree because of its inherent nature, if only suitable facilities are provided for the manifestation of its potentiality, man should be enabled to correct himself by his own efforts. By merely giving timely suggestions rather than by stultifying his freedom and dignity through directives imposed from without. In short, the best maxim for helping people, either in worldly matters or in the spiritual field, is help them to help themselves. Or self-help is the best help. Following the same strategy, therefore, Sri Rama in the present instance told Kaikeyi, Mother, please take bath in the holy Sarayu river and come back for my Upadesh. But while bathing in the Sarayu, please observe what is going along the riverside. Swami is also, saying that we have to make our own efforts to figure out his directions. Kaikeyi went along with her retinue to the river and returned to Rama after bath. Rama asked her, Mother, now tell me what you noticed on the banks of Sarayu. Kaikeyi replied that she saw a number of sheep and goats grazing the green grass on the banks, bleating, may, as usual every now and then. Then Rama told her promptly that may was his Upadesh for her. He disclosed to her that the bleating of the sheep and goats meant, Who am I? Who am I? He further remarked that whenever even sheep are concerned with the question of who am I, if a man does not concern himself with this question, he is worse than sheep. Everyone should first seek to know the answer to the question, who am I? Without knowing who you are, what is the use of trying to know everything about others? At birth, you cried, Koham, who am I? You should not die with the same question on your lips. When you die, you should be able to assert cheerfully, Soham, I am that or he. Then alone can you justify your birth as a man and enjoy the satisfaction of having fulfilled the purpose of human life. There's only one path to get rid of ahankara, namely pursuing the godly way of life. Whenever you feel the sense of ego, sit silently in a corner and observe what your breathing is telling you. It is declaring, so hum. So while inhaling and hum while exhaling. The two syllables so hum, which together constitute the word soham, convey the meaning I am Brahman. If you constantly meditate upon this, your ego sense characterized by the idea I am the body will cease to bother you. This soham mantra repeats itself in each of you 21,600 times per day. Thus, I am Brahman is the message of your inner voice all the time. Ignoring this, however, everyone identifies himself with the temporary, artificial name given to the body, thinking yourself to be Ramaya, Krishnaya, or Sinaya, the names given to your body. However long you may engage yourself in spiritual practices, you will not achieve any progress. You will continue to be what you have been according to the name given to your body. Soham is the name with which you were born. That alone is your natural, permanent nature. That indeed is your reality or truth. Realize it and experience Sat Chit Ananda. Krishna is known as Partha Sarathi, the charioteer of Partha. Partha does not mean Arjuna alone. It applies to all children of Prithvi, the earth. So make Krishna your charioteer, as the buddhi is a reflection of the divine Atma. Make use of it as the charioteer in your journey to realize the Atma. Also remember that for success in every endeavor, prema, universal love, is essential. The Lord is the embodiment of love, the Son of truth. Therefore, through love, seek to know your true self with the help of the buddhi and purify your mind. This is what I expect of you. This was given on 26th May 1990. So as very clear in this passage, which is accepted, that me, chame, though it says for me, to me, it is a question which we have to ask who this I we are asking for. Is it the body? Is it the mind? Or is it the Atma? So through the practice of Chamakam, though we may start with the physical aspect as a body, one day we have to rise to the realization that we are Atman. So whatever in this world is for offering to the Atman within us. That's why, even when we eat, we say Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havir. Even though we are eating, it is the Lord who is eating. That realization has to come, and Chamakam is the way to go about. So it will remind us all the desires we have and remind us that we have to offer everything to the Lord. What we seek for ourselves has to be shared with love. And through that process, we realize actually the Atman within me is the Atman within everyone. So what we are seeking is for everyone around us. Ultimately, it's for the divine. So this is the essence of Chamakam. Now we will move on to the mantras proper. Saira. Opening mantra of the Chamakam. Chamakam has one mantra in the beginning. It is not part of the Anuvaka one, but it's like a prelude. So we will look at that. Agna Vishnu Sajoshase Ma Vardhantu Vangiraha Dyumnair Vaje Bhiragatam. Agna Vishnu Sajoshase Ma Vardhantu Vangiraha Dyumnair Vaje Bhiragatam. Agna Vishnu Sajoshase Ma Vardhantu Vangiraha Dhumnair Vaje Bhiragatam. One second. Let's look at certain pronunciation aspects, some of the consonants which you have to pay attention to. Vishnu. The ish is cerebral sh. Vishnu. The tongue should be pointing upwards. Sajo sh. Again the same sh, where the tongue, tip of the tongue is pointing upwards. Vardhantu. This dha is the fourth letter in the ta varga, so it has to be aspirated. Vardhantu. Vardhantu. Dyumnair. This is the third the. Okay, it's not aspirated. Dyumnair vaje bhi. This bhi is again fourth letter in the pa varga, so it has to be aspirated. Dyumnair vaje bhiragatam. Okay. So this is a samhita form with sandhis. So we look at the pada form, each word separately. Agna Vishnu, no change. The next word actually is a combination of two words. Sajosha sa ima. The sa and e becomes a. So that's how you get Sajosha sema. But two words are Sajosha sa and ima. Vardhantu Vangirha, no difference. The next one compound word has comprised of three individual words. Dyumnaihi Vajebhi. So this visarga has become ir because of sandhya. That's how you get Dyumnair Vajibhi. That visarga again becomes ir. That's how it becomes ra. Ir plus a becomes ra. Okay. Dyumnair Vajebhiragatam. Okay. So the individual words are Dyumnaihi, Vajebhi, Agatam. Okay. We will look at, sorry, I think I don't need that. The transliteration is not correct, but you can refer to the previous slide. Agna Vishnu. This is actually addressing two deities. One is Agna, Agni, the other one is Vishnu. So Agna Vishnu, that means it is what's called Sambodhana Pratama Vibhakti. So that's addressing somebody, calling out to somebody. So we are calling out to Agni and Vishnu. Agna Vishnu. Okay. Sajoshasa. Sajoshasa means together. Okay, in a beneficial way, together. Sajoshasa. Saja, it's multiple words, root words form it, basically together, beneficially together. Maybe I should put. Okay. Ima is the next word. Ima, it's a Vedic usage. Imani or Iman, whichever way it is construed. But in the Vedic literature, it's Ima, whether for masculine or neutral. So Ima means a plural word, these. Okay, but it's a second vibhakti, object. Okay, Ima. Vardhantu. May these prosper and grow. Vardhantu means expand, grow, prosper. All that kind of meaning comes for the word Vardhantu. Vardhantu. The next word is Vam or Vang. Okay. Vang means whatever is already spoken. So Vang is sound which is produced by the Lord. That Vedas also you can say Vang. Vang Mayi. We have discussed that as one of the original ones. Sabda Brahma Mayi, Charachara Mayi, Jyotirmayi, Vang Mayi. So Vang is the spoken word when the sound becomes manifest. Giraha is a plural word, which basically words of praise. Even Vedic chants, mantras, any form of worship or prayer is called Giraha. The singular is Gihi. Okay. The root word is Gir. The singular is Gihi and the plural is Giraha. Okay. So words of praise. Okay. So we are worshipping, we're calling out to Agni and Vishnu saying, come together, beneficially together. So these Vangiraha, the praise, all that will grow and prosper. That means we should have the devotion, the prayers, it has grow. So we are seeking the help of Agni and Vishnu. See, how much ever we want to pray, without the help of God, we can't pray. Even that will not prosper and grow. So Agna Vishnu Sajoshase Ma Vardhantu Vangiraha. We are asking them that their help together is required for us to grow in our own prayers. Okay, Vangiraha. Dyumnaihi is the next word. Dyumnaihi has multiple meanings, but I have just put one, wealth and strength. Okay, I have just picked up two. Wealth and strength. That is with, this is the third vibhakti. So Tritiya vibhakti. So the meaning is with, by, through, that kind of a sense comes with that. So I've used the word with. Okay, with Dyumnaihi. The next one is Vajebhi. This is also Tritiya vibhakti of the Vajaha, food. Vajaha means food, Annam. It also means offerings. Okay, offering is also called Vaja, but rice also is called Vajaha. So Vajebihi means with food. Okay. Agatam. Agatam is a verb, imperative mood, as they say in Lord Lakara. So basically, we wish that those two come. It's a dual verb, Agatam. May you two come with wealth and strength and food. So the reality is, for us to pray, we need the world. The body has to be nourished. We need all the resources. Only then we will be able to pray without any intermission. Okay, so we are seeking the help of Agni and Vishnu. Oh Agni and Vishnu, oh Agni Deva and Vishnu, together may these spoken words of praise prosper and grow. I think I would say. Sorry, may you too come with food and wealth. So this is the prayer. So actually it's in a summary, it is telling what the entire Chamakam is. Why are the deities Agni and Vishnu worshipped? Is because Agni is the fire in the Yajna, is considered to be the mailman who delivers whatever we offer to the deity. And he is the one who brings back the gifts also from the deity. So even if Vishnu is supposed to grant us something, without Agni, we will not be able to derive that. So Agni is the medium through which we communicate with the Lord Vishnu. But in this case, Vishnu is nothing but Rudra. We have already looked at Vishnave, okay, as the previous, a few mantras at the end of Namakam. Vishnu means one who is all pervasive, who is pervades everywhere. So even though the Lord who is present everywhere, because Vishnu is the department of nourishing, protecting, sustaining lives. So that Lord has to work through, but he will only work through fire. Agni is the medium. but both have to work in unison for us to derive benefit. So that's the prayer. You may also remember Agni is, the stomach is called Vaishwanara Agni. Vaishwanara means, Vaishva means all pervading, Vishwa, or it is Vishnu. So the Agni in every body is stomach. That's why Aham Vaishwanara Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritha. The Lord remains as the fire of Vaishwanara in every living being. So that is the one which can digest food and absorb the nutrition and give us the strength. So the Lord is the one which is Sri Rudra, who is all pervasive. He is the one with Agni working together, will bring us wealth and food, so that is food and resources, so that our prayers, worship will grow and prosper. Okay, that is a prayer. Agna Vishnu Sajoshasa Ima Vardhant Vangiraha Dumnaihi Vajebihi Agatam. So that is the opening mantra of the Chamaka Prashna. Now we will look at the first Anuvaka. Each one is actually, mantra is one word. We look at each one separately. The first mantra is your brother is asking, Brother Kumar is asking whether sun is Agni. Yes, brother, Agni is the local representation of the sun. When we say Agni, it is the fire, the heat, or the energy of the Lord. So you can say Agni is the representation of sun itself. So I hope that answers, because sun is the one who actually cooks the food also. That is that heat, light, all of them have a great benefit. So the first mantra is Vajascha. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Brother Sairam, just a question, because you said the Agni is connecting the deities. Is that the reason? But we are lighting the lamp to connect, and we are doing the arati at the end to connect. So this is the reason for that too, for lighting the lamp and the arati and all. It's a like same goes with this mantra.
Yes, sister.
Okay.
Agni is the primal deity in the Vedas.
Okay.
Agni, actually the first mantra in Rig Veda starts with Agnirme, Rohit. Which is Agni is the one which grants benefit in this world. That's the way Rig Veda itself starts. Agni, the fire element, it's not the fire which we light, the fire which is present everyone, even which is not visible. Even in a tree, there is fire. We don't see it. Only we see it when it's rubbed together. But if the fire was not inside, it will not come out. So the fire which we see as a visible light is only one aspect, but there is fire which is unmanifest also everywhere in this world. So fire has the ability to give light so that we can see. It gives us the ability to heat, warmth. It also can produce food. It can cook the food. So Agni has multiple. So the Vedic rishis considered that as a direct representation of on earth of the sun, which is again of the Lord.
Thank you.
So Vajascha me. Vajascha me. Vajascha me. In terms of pronunciation, it should be pretty simple. This is Samhita form with Sandhi. The simple Pada form, the Sandhi split, is Vajaha cha me. Vajaha cha me. So Vajascha me. The Visarga becomes Ish because of Sandhi. Otherwise, it is Vajaha. Vajaha means food. As I already mentioned, rice, offering. So all of them is Vajaha. Cha me means and to me, also to me. So food also to me is the way it starts. So first we are asking for food. I don't know whether you all remember in the Ganapati, just after Ganapati Prarthana, we also worship Saraswati, Prano Devi, Saraswati, Vaje, Bhir, Vajini, Vati. I think that time also we have looked at what is Vaja. Vaja is not only food in the physical sense, it's also nourishing to all the bodies of our body also. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all that Saraswati gives us. So this Vaja is not just rice alone, it nourishes all the bodies in which we reside, which is Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. All of them are nourished. So we are asking, praying for that food from the Lord. For all the mantras, there is a word called Kalpatam which appears in the 10th Anuvaka. But that Anuvaka that Kalpatam is a verb. So it is implied that we have to apply that Kalpatam for each mantra. The reality is Chamakam is chanted as one single mantra actually, even across all Anuvakas. So actually it's a very, very long sentence you can see, and the Kalpatam comes at the end. So this word Kalpatam is implied in every single word which we chant. So I have just repeated for today, but hereafter I may not put that there, but I think as long as you all understand. Okay, food to me, Kalpatam has multiple meanings, but I've chosen the word may it be favorable. So we are asking for the Lord to give us favorable food. Let the food which comes become favorable to us so that we can grow and prosper. Okay, because Vangiraha, we have looked at Vardhantu Vangiraha. So we want everything to grow and prosper, so it has to be favorable. So we are asking for good food which will nourish our minds, our body, and our soul. That is the first prayer of Chamaka. Vajascha me kalpatam. You can say, okay, Vajascha me. That's the first mantra. The second one is Prasavascha me. Prasavascha me. Prasavascha me. In terms of consonants, all of them are simple. So there's no aspirated consonants. The word form is Prasavaha cha me. Again, Visarga becomes ish. Okay. Prasavaha cha me. Prasavaha means something which brings forth, blossoming. I think everyone is common, when people give birth, that's called prasava. That means you bring into being. So we are asking the Lord, bringing forth to me. The ability to bring forth also we had to be granted. So we can plant, we can grow, we can create things also. Based on whatever the Lord has given, we can make things happen. So when Anna is brought, Prasava means for us to grow Anna also, we are asking the Lord to grant us blessing. So that we should be able to cultivate and grow. Okay, Prasavascha me. So that is the prayer. May it be favorable. Whenever we grow also, good things have to grow and fructify, blossom. So Prasavascha me. Vajascha me. Prasavascha me. The next mantra is Prayatischa me. Prayatischa me. Prayatischa me. The broken down, words, pada form. is prayatihi cha me. Again, the visarga has become ish. So prayatihi cha me. So prayatihi means offering. Okay, we ask for prasava and prayati. So we are asking, let our offering also be favorable. That means Swami has already said it has to be shared. Okay, we should be able to bring forth. We're asking for food, then we're asking for us to be able to grow the food, prasava. Then let what we share also be beneficial to everyone. Okay, offering to me. Let what we offer be favorable. Okay, prayatischa me. I see. Oh, okay, thank you, sister. Okay, so here, prasitischa me. Prasitischa me. Prasitischa me. No aspirated sounds. Prasitihi cha me means, so the visarga has again become ish. Okay. Prasiti means binding or acceptability. Even though we have food, it should be favorably acceptable, binding in our body. It should be absorbed in our body. Okay, so that is prasitihi. So we are not leaving out anything from the Lord. Give us food, let it be favorable, let us be able to absorb it, let it bind with our body, let it merge in our body, let it be absorbed in our body. So prasitischa me. We are asking for that boon also. Prasitischa me. Dhitischa me. Dhitischa me. Dhitischa me. So this dha is actually aspirated sound. So it's the fourth letter in the tha varga. So it has to be dhitischa me. Okay. Just pay attention to that. Then the pada form is dhitihi cha me. Dhitihi cha me. So the dhiti is thirst, devotion, or hunger, you can say. So the thing is, even if the food is served, even if it is capable of absorption, we should have some appetite. We should seek, because I think food, of course, all of us will like, but what is good food should be, we should seek good food. We should have hunger for the good food, not any food. So we are asking for prayer also, because it's sometimes very difficult to develop appetite for things which are good for us. So we are asking for that also from the Lord. Let us have thirst, let's have devotion. But so from a spiritual perspective, even to have devotion, you have to pray. So we can ask for dhitihi, so that our mind or the buddhi will be all shining. Swami has already said buddhi is the representative of the Atman, who should be the charioteer. So dhitihi, we are asking for that also from the Lord, so that our dhiyo yona prachodhyat in Gayatri. So that yearning, thirst, devotion will be favorably granted to us. Because otherwise our mind can thirst for all sorts of things. to thirst for the right things, beneficial things, is what our prayer to. Swami says we should desire what should be desired for and what should be discarded in one of the excerpts which we have already read. So we are asking for that which is beneficial. The thirst for beneficial things is being sought. Dhitischa me. The next mantra is Kratuscha me. Kratuscha me. Kratuscha me. Again, other form is Kratuhu cha me. The visarga becomes ish. Okay. Kratuhu cha me. So Kratu means what we perform. A yajna, worship, that's called Kratuhu. So we are asking, grant us this yajna also. This worship also you should grant, because the reality is everything will be good, but to be able to share, to be able to offer, that thought also the Lord has to give. Sometimes we have devotion. We will say, Swami, we are devoted to you, but the ability to offer, make an offering to the Lord, for that also we have to ask the Lord's grace. So Kratuschame. Okay. Kratuschame. Kalpatam. Let worship which is favorable to me, give that to me. That is the prayer. Swaraschame. The seventh mantra is Swaraschame. Swaraschame. With other form of simple word split is Swaraha Chame. Swaraha Chame. So Swaraha means multiple thing. Intonation. In Vedic chanting, the swaras are, Udata, Anudata, Swarita, and all that. So that is also swara. Vowels are also called swara, which we have already looked at. A, E, okay, all the vowels. Then sound is also swara. Sound. Even breath is also swara, actually. Okay, so I will not put that too many. So that also we are asking the Lord. Okay. Sorry. So swaras chame. So swara means, as you can see, intonation, vowel, sound. So the thing is, we ask for vangiraha, speech. Okay, vangiraha, this prayer should increase. So that means the food has come, the offering, and through this process, we should be able to, it has to come out as swara, which is favorable sound from our mouth. Favorable words should come out from our mouth. Okay, favorable intonation should come from our mouth. So we are asking the Lord to grant us that. So the food becomes transmuted into worship as prayer. Okay, so for that also we are asking the Lord. So Swarascha me kalpatam. Let it be beneficial. Let each sound which the food which God has given, each sound which comes out of our mouth, let it be beneficial to us and others. So this is so I had only prepared 7 mantras. I think it's 9:51 today. I think so I have except from, actually it's from before. There's only one power in the world which is all pervasive. That is the power of love. Only by love when a human society is formed. There can be no humanity without divinity. It is only when man establishes contact with divinity to some extent that he can acquire a little of that divine power which is omnipotent. This discourse excerpt which I have used last time also. So as you can see, Chamakam enjoins us to whatever we seek from the Lord, through love we should offer and share with everyone and offer it to the Lord. Everything which we receive should be offered back to the Lord. That is love, without any selfishness, selflessness. And Chamakam is a reminder for us to cultivate that. So far, we have looked at 7 mantras and the opening mantra of the Chamakam. I think I thought it may drag on, so that's why I did not prepare. But it's almost 1 hour, so I will stop here. If there are any questions based on whatever I have shared today, please let me know. Saira.
Saira, Uncle. Uncle, you had said that in the actual canto where this is found, the Namakam does come before the Chamakam. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then
that's the fifth chapter. This is the 7th chapter.
Oh, okay. Yes. And then Sajosha,
yes.
You said it can be broken down and
it can be further broken down. I did some research, Kalyani, and I was not very confident, so that's why I did not mention.
Okay, no problem.
But general meaning everyone is giving is together.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I will do some more search and I will come.
That's okay. And for the dhitihi, which means thirst,
yes.
Like, does it have anything to do with like dhi as in buddhi?
Yes, actually it is from dhiti. Buddhi is the one which grants us devotion, thirst for the Lord. Buddhi has a different kind of thirst than mind. So the dhiti, that's why Gayatri itself, we worship for the, Gayatri, basically our intellect should be developed, our dhi shakti. And that thirst, that will give us thirst for knowledge, thirst for Brahma Jnana. So that's why the word dhiti is used there. There are other words also present in Sanskrit for thirst, but this is a thirst for devotion. Okay, so that's what I understand.
And kratuhu means, you said like it's like
karma,
what you do.
so anything which we do, but kratu is specifically relates to any yajna. Okay, because karma kanda in the Vedas, it's all about different rituals, ritualistic worships. And so they are all called kratu.
Okay. Yeah, but it can also generally mean like anything that we perform.
It can mean any action, but we are talking about kalpatam. Okay, let it be beneficial means the only acts which are beneficial are offering. As Swami said, sharing with the world.
Okay.
And that's
right. And then we can also do any act we do as an offering.
Yes. Yes. If it's beneficial, yes.
And kalpatam, can it also mean like attain or something like that?
Kalpatam, actually its contextual meanings many, I guess.
Okay.
So in this context, I have chosen this. Kalpa, it's a thought, So let me think also is kalpatam here. So there are many, but what you think materializes also. So there are multiple. So that means it's fructification. And so there are all those kind of meanings depending on the context. See, the thing is, pardon?
Sorry, go ahead, Uncle.
No, Chamakam, not too many people have given commentary. There's only one person who, maybe two. One was Sayana Acharya, and the other one was Vishnu Suri. See, Sayana Acharya is the one who has written commentary for many of the Vedas. is considered the authority. From what I understand, I think around 13th century, in the Vijayanagar Empire, by that time itself, Vedic knowledge was dwindling. So Sayanachari was requested by the king, Bukka, to write commentary so that people understand what's in the Vedas. So he had undertaken a project and he has written. So by then itself, you can see some of this is actually lost, or it was going out of practice, you can say. People's understanding itself was reducing. So at that point in time, he is the one who wrote commentaries, extensive commentaries. And he's the only one who has commented on Chamakam, which is considered the only authentic form today. So, he uses certain meanings. I looked at them, and, I also consulted the Sanskrit dictionaries, and I have given something which is similar to what he has said.
And in the other chanting class, did you also mention that it means perfection or something, like kalpatam?
Yes, kalpatam is also considered perfection. It's beneficial, favorable, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Uncle.
Yeah.
Sairam, I don't know.
Sairam.
All the wishes, we are concentrating on our inner dweller, Atma, Jivatma, of that Brahma, right? Brahma.
Again, repeat, Auntie.
We are requesting all kinds of wishes and performing the yajna, keeping the center point as Jivatma or the Atman within us.
Yes, that is my understanding. That is the growth, Auntie. Initially, we will ask something for ourselves and then share. That is at the physical level. Then we pray for at the Jivatma level, where we identify with others also.
So, yeah.
Then ultimately, we will everything is sought only for the Lord.
So when you pray to Atman, it's one in all. We pray for all creations. Thank you, Saira.
Uncle, do you know, just out of curiosity, what's in the 6th chapter, like because this is the 7th and then Namakam is the 5th, you mentioned?
No, I have not done some research on that. But from what I understand, after Namakam, the 6th chapter gives how yajnas to be performed, from what I understand.
Oh,
I have not studied it, Kalyani.
okay.
And this is supposed to be the Vashodhara. This is at the end. This is chanted, and you pour the final offering to the fire.
Okay.
Is from what I understand. They call Vashodhara. I don't know whether you've seen there is a longish spoon which is kept, and they keep on pouring ghee, and it just flows as one stream, and the entire Chamakam is chanted at that time. So that's supposed to be the conclusion of the yajna, from what I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's all the commentaries only available in Sanskrit, and it takes me a lot of effort to study it and read. So,
right. Thank you.
So it's 10 o'clock. It's I think.
Brother, may I make an announcement, or can you say about the Rudram session? That online session going to continue, because of some of the people have thought that we have completed Chamakam. There's no online classes.
Oh, Sahiram, sister. So the thing is, we will continue the Rudram chanting sessions on Monday evening, Wednesday morning, and Friday evening online, and Thursday in person. The whole idea is to practice. The more we chant, the more familiar we will become. So we will continue to become more familiar before the yajna starts. I don't think everyone will reach the level which we would like to reach, but at least it gives better familiarity. So we will continue to chant. Okay, Sairam. Yes, Brother Kumar.
When you mentioned about the chanting classes, brother, it will be starting again from Anuvaka 1, or because I just joined.
Yeah, for the time being, brother, we are just continuing our practice. But later on, I think we will start something very systematically, properly.
From the beginning,
now,
right?
Now we are actually rushing just to
Yeah.
increase familiarity. Okay.
Okay, so you'll be starting again. That will be started from the beginning again.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Give me a minute. Okay. Sorry about it.
Sai Ram, Aruno. Aruno has gone?
No, he asked to give him a minute.
Okay. This is for you and Aruno. Aruno, never stop the Rudra classes, please. We like to continue as long as we can go, you can go, and Aruna can help. Thank you. This is our request.
Sairam, brother, for the clarity purpose, for the next Rudram practice session, we are starting from the beginning, or like
I think we may chant full Rudram, Namakam and Chamakam, sister. I think that's the idea, so that people will get used to chanting the way it is going to be happening at the Ekadash Rudra. So it will be a small preparation. That's what we will hope to achieve.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sorry. Somebody is asking, when is the Rudram classes happening? Sister, you may want to...
Sairam sister, is it possible for you to send me a message so I can share you with the information? This is my phone number. I'm sharing in the chat. Please. And as Brother Arno said, we are going to focus on for the Jajna first. Then thereafter, they will give us a plan for the Sri Rudram practice sessions online. Thank you.
Sairam, uncle, I just had a question. Like, I guess because we have gone through the meaning for the Rudram and everything, like on the day of the Rudram chanting, we can have some idea of the meaning and contemplate on it. But I was wondering for the other days, like, do you have any suggestions about how we should approach it? Like if we are there and we don't really know the meaning and we're kind of just observing or watching, like, I guess, like what, because I guess it's easy for our mind to just kind of wander or not really focus.
So I suggest, there are Rudram books with meanings available. So I suggest that, if whoever cannot chant, or don't remember, I think we can use, read along the meaning also. I know it is a challenge. The reality, Kalyani, not too many people who chant are fully aware of the meanings, but I think even if some words trigger some memory because we have gone through the class, I think that's good enough. It's my understanding.
Yes.
But to remember every single word will be a bit of a challenge, I guess, for most people. And I cannot, unless it becomes so familiar again and again, studying and studying, we will not get to that point. At this point in time, we are like beginners trying to figure out how to pronounce the words like children. So that's the reality. So I don't know, I think it requires years of practice. So that's my view.
I don't know. Can we bring the Sudhi book?
Yes, please bring the books, read, listen. Even if one meaning strikes you for one repetition, I think that's a great thing.
And uncle, like for the other day, like the Saturday one, is there some place where we can follow along the meanings for the?
Yeah, on Saturday, Brother Vedanarayan will give some commentary as he is performing. So people will have a better understanding of what is being done.
Oh, okay.
So I will ask him to, he will explain.
Okay, great.
So to a great extent. Okay. So.
Thank you.
Already had time over.
Okay, if there are no other questions, maybe we'll close the session for today and we'll meet again. Saira. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Sai Ram.